Welcome to Women. I'm Bonnie Gilgallen. This program will introduce you to some fun, fearless, and phenomenal females. These ladies have fought through tough times, conquered their fears, and seen their dreams come true. They're creative, accomplished, and inspiring. Their stories just might give you the boost and confidence you need to create the life you've always wanted. So come along with us and meet some amazing women. A longtime Valley favorite, Canadian-born actress Ruta Lee made her film debut at age 16 in Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. Hundreds of film and TV appearances followed, including witness for the prosecution. She's chairman of the Thalians, an organization for the treatment of mental health in Los Angeles. We are here with the fabulous, fabulous Ruta Lee, one of my idols. And you have had an amazing career. Amazing career. Starting at 16 was your first movie, 16.
Yes.
Tell us how you got started.
Well, my first actual job that I got paid for, other than working forever in little theater, you know, all through high school, was on the Burns and Allen show. I don't know if anybody remembers that. The wonderful George Burns and Gracie Allen. And I had been working in a little theater, and one of the associate producers on that show was seeing me there, and he had me come in and read, and I got the job. And I did a couple of those shows, which was a nice beginning. But my first movie, which of course just strikes the greatest chord in my heart, the Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, one of the greatest musicals ever made. Thank you, God. I was just still closing out of high school when I got that job.
Wow.
And wow, what a treat to work with some of the best dancers in America.
Absolutely.
And of course, Jane Powell and Howard Keel.
Were you intimidated at the age of 16 working with these kind of people?
No, I was too young and too stupid.
No, yeah.
You know, let's face it.
Yeah.
You just sort of roll in and say, hey, why not? When you're young, you kick up your heels and go. I did get a tiny bit intimidated when every morning Michael Kidd was the choreographer, only the best. And he would have a bar. A B-A-R-R-E. He also had the bar the other way. But we had a class every morning, a ballet class, you know. Even though it was folksy dancing, it was ballet based. And I would watch some of the best dancers in America, from the ABT and from the Royal Ballet and whatnot, all working, and I'd say, oh my God, what am I doing here? I can't do what they're doing. But I learned something on that show right away, and that is that whether you're a singer or you're a dancer, you don't have to be the best. You just have to sell it like the best. I think you probably know that as an actress.
And be the best you can be.
Be the best you know how, but just let your audience know you're having so much fun doing this that they're not going to worry about all your feet doing the things that they're supposed to do, or is your voice as brilliant as it's supposed to be. If you can sell that you're having a very good time doing it, it works. And I discovered that I came off dancing just as well as the rest of them, even though I was a novice, you know, compared to those professionals. But boy, what an experience that was.
Now, you were born in Canada?
Montreal.
And were your parents supportive of you becoming a performer?
Sure. My mother thought that I was Lithuania's answer to Shirley Temple.
Okay.
You know, she didn't know about theater. She didn't know about drama. She didn't know about anything. But she saw Shirley Temple, and obviously I was a precocious child, and so she thought I should, you know, do something. She put me in kindergarten, and thank you, Mrs. Jackson. I owe my whole career to my kindergarten teacher, because she said to my mother, I have 25 children here. Your daughter is different. Give your daughter lessons. Give her music lessons. Give her dancing lessons. Give her lessons so that she'll try things and know. And so my mother did. And, I just say thank you.
You took to it, yeah.
I took to it, but from the time I was a child to this very day, I hate rehearsal.
Really?
I love performing, but I hate rehearsal.
Really? Interesting.
Isn't that something? And so I didn't like practicing the piano. I didn't like practicing, whatever.
Get out there and do a show.
I used to do acrobatics, and so I might be up in my room with a comic book banging my feet on the floor so my mother would think I was doing my somersaults.
Yeah. So after Seven Brides, did you start doing movies right after?
No, nothing comes that easy.
Okay.
Nothing comes that easy. Lots of television, it came along. And yes, there were movies. I did at least one a year, but lots and lots of television. That was the part that was really nice. And I really loved, I loved the movies, but I loved television because, you know what it was, Bonnie? I made friends on television rather than fans.
It's more personal, right?
Yeah, I guess because people watched me in their kitchen
in their living room.
In their living room or in their den, or maybe through their toes at night, on the late shows. And people got to know Ruta and didn't think of her as the character that I played, but as Ruta. And the game shows had a great deal to do with that.
You did Hollywood Squares quite a bit,
I was a regular on Hollywood Squares, which
I
was
remember
really nice. Yeah. And what was really nice, because you know that when you're out doing a play, as you have certainly done all of your life, people come backstage, and people would come back and not go, "Oh, Miss Lee, can I have your autograph?" People come backstage and say, "Hey, Ruta Lee, we're going to have people over for dinner on Friday.
Stop by.
Can you come by? Come have dinner with us." Because they thought I was a friend, which is an awfully nice thing.
Sure. Ruta Lee, you are such a joy, and thank you so much for being part of Palm Springs. And I'm so glad I got to meet you on my radio show, and then I get to talk to you now. You're the best. Thank you.
You are also, beyond being a beautiful and wonderful and articulate hostess, you are also one hell of a good actress and a great comedian. And it's easier to be a good actor than it is to be a good comedian.
You're so sweet.
And I salute you. I've seen you work, and boy, consider your fanny kiss.
Thank you so much.
And your audience, too. Thanks for tuning in to our darling girl.
Stay tuned. Profiles of more great gals ahead.
Wouldn't it be great if employees everywhere acted like they owned the company? Real caring, terrific customer service, and the ability to solve problems on the spot. Welcome to Renova Solar, a SunPower Elite dealer and now an employee-owned company.
The only
solar and battery storage company
in the Coachella Valley, where employees
are also owners.
Renova Energy Corporation, local, brighter, better. And now with employee partners.
I'm bored. Doesn't she know about Venus de Fido?
Yeah, they have an incredible indoor playground just for us.
And they have an amazing spa just for them.
Plus, we can be groomed at the same time they're being pampered.
I'd rather have fun and VIP daycare at Venus de Fido instead of this.
Ladies go to Venus de Fido, and they don't even have a dog.
Yeah, everyone goes to Venus de Fido. Venus is genius.
Venus de Fido, the spa.
Gasoline, $32. Transported, over 120,000. Meaningful connections, priceless. Your donations, volunteer time, and purchases at our resale boutique have helped Soldiers Organized Services provide a ride home to tens of thousands of active duty Marines and their family members since 2007. To donate or volunteer and be a part of this important mission, visit sosride.org.
Think about everything that you save. You save gas, you save money, you save time. But have you ever thought about saving life? That's right, life. In just 1 hour, you could save up to 3 lives, giving 3 people more time with the ones they love. And isn't that the best thing to save? The need for blood is as universal as it is constant. Save life, give blood.
Allie Bly's love of horses began at a young age. Born in Alaska, she began making the trek to the desert at age 25 to train as an equestrian. Now a full-time Valley resident, Allie introduces us to her four-legged buddy, Jose, and chats with Mara Getz about her love of horses.
Good morning. My name is Mara Getz, and we are here in beautiful Indio, California, which is just down the road a little bit east of Palm Springs, California. This morning we have a wonderful opportunity to talk to a very groovy horsewoman by the name of Allison Brooke Bly. So, let's go find Allie. Allie, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Doing great, thank you.
Good to see you. What a beautiful morning.
It is.
And this is your horse.
This is the love of my life.
Oh.
This is Jose.
His name is Jose.
Jose de Guadalajara.
A very appropriate name. He is a beautiful, beautiful animal.
Thank you.
How gorgeous. How long have you had Jose?
I've had Jose for almost 7 years now.
We're here to talk to you, Allie, and about your passion for horses. You originally hail from Alaska.
Yes.
How did you experience horses up in Alaska? Did you grow up near them, or tell us a little bit about that?
I did. I had a best friend who lived on a farm, on a 10-acre farm, and I came out of the womb obsessed with horses. And so, although I was very sad that my best friend was leaving to go live on a farm, I got the best benefit of it because I got to be around farm animals whenever I was with her. So then finally I got to get my own farm animal.
Now, did she have horses, your best friend?
Horses, pigs, chickens, goats, geese, who are vicious, by the way.
Oh, yeah, they can be. Those and roosters.
Yeah.
Hey, are you trying to smile, Jose? So, from Alaska, when did you leave Alaska then and come here, Allie?
I left Alaska when I was 25, and I came down here and I was seasonal, and so I would come down here and I got him my first year here, and so I would train about 6 months out of the year and then go back up to Alaska. But now I'm here full time, and I'm here every week with him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some weeks I'm here more often than others, but it's a lot of responsibility, and I couldn't do it without my trainer. I have two trainers. I have Dawn, and then I have his daughter, Cindy, who's also a professional rider. So between the two of them, if I'm ever not able to be here, he's really well looked after.
That's
Thank
great.
goodness.
So how long did you train before you actually started jumping and doing types of competition with Jose?
I started training with Dawn, I think we trained for a solid year before I started competing.
Allie's been with me a few years now. Just bring your elbows in, shorten your reins a little, pick him up and push him into your hand. There you go. Let him flex the inside. She's actually looks like a horseback rider now. When people see her, and I've had a lot of people comment on, gee, she rides well, so which tickles me to death.
Yes.
So it was a solid year just building mechanics, and I knew nothing. My trainers taught me everything.
Well, and you must have had to build up some physical strength for that too,
Yes,
because
stamina.
I know it takes a lot of muscles.
Dawn used to call me a marshmallow when I first started. Come on, you marshmallow! I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Marshmallow. So to this day, sometimes,
You're still soft.
sometimes he'll say, "Come on, marshmallow." I'm like, "Oh, I'm coming. Okay."
I mean, it must be a very powerful feeling. And a very closeness. Tell me about that.
Well, we've come a long way, and so part of riding is feel, and that's something Dawn talks to me about all the time, is how does he feel? What kind of horse do you have underneath you? So the other day we came out and we were jumping, and he just was a little plug. I mean, I had nothing underneath me, but I could feel that, and so we tried to get him, amped up so that we could make it over fences and jump well. But you never really know every day. You can be in a certain mood and ready to jump and ready to go after it, but you might show up and he's not.
That's very curious. I mean, I've only had dogs and cats, although I come from a farm. Horses really do have a personality, don't they?
They do. Yeah, and it's not one to take for granted. So we try to always work with the horse and work through whatever issue may arise, whether it's you have too much of a horse, he's too wound up, or you don't have enough of a horse. Or
now, is Jose a one-woman horse?
Yes. Yes, he is.
He looks like he is. He looks very happy when you're around, Allie.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
And tell me now, what are these fancy little, those little, they look like they're kind
These
of...
are bell boots.
Gucci or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
these are bell boots, and we put them on him so that when he is at a canter or a trot, we don't want his back leg to reach forward too far and pull off his horseshoe. So that's what the bell boots are for.
Oh my God, you know, there's so many things we don't realize. So, and now, you know, working a full-time job like you do and taking care of Jose, which is just like, he's really a friend.
He is my best friend for certain.
If you had a lifetime dream, would you have a ranch?
If I could have my trainer Don and Cindy live on the ranch with me, yes. Otherwise, it's a lot of responsibility, so I would need somebody like that.
A lot of responsibility. Well, since you know, working in the real estate business around here, you might have the perfect opportunity to find that.
I work with a lot of equestrians. That's predominantly what my business is built on. So I do end up. We're always talking about land, always talking about farms, always looking at. I had a client call me not too long ago looking for a farm. So it's a nice marriage between the two, because horses are my favorite and horse people are my favorite people. So, and I love real estate, so it just kind of marries all three together.
Yeah.
So
how wonderful. Thanks so much, Allie. It was so great to meet you and your best friend, Jose. You guys keep on riding, and we'll see you out there on the trail.
Stay with us for more amazing women.
I would like to suggest fitness classes which will be beneficial to your health and well-being.
You're right. It's time we do something.
I know the perfect place for both of us.
Venus de Fido offers fitness classes for both people and their dogs, certified personal trainers, private and group training, plus Fido and You classes that both you and your dog can take together.
I'm feeling better already.
I told you, Venus is genius.
Venus de Fido, the spa. In a home fire, can your family safely escape in 2 minutes?
I heard my oldest son holler for mommy, and all I could see was smoke. The boys, we never really worked with them, I guess, on telling them what to do if there's a fire. We lost our child. We lost everything.
Make sure you can safely escape a fire. Practice your 2-minute drill. Test your smoke alarms monthly. Make your plan today.
Gasoline, $32. Transported, over 120,000. Meaningful connections, priceless. Your donations, volunteer time, and purchases at our resale boutique have helped Soldiers Organized Services provide a ride home to tens of thousands of active duty Marines and their family members since 2007. To donate or volunteer and be a part of this important mission, visit sosride.org.
As Sustainability Officer for SafeHouse of the Desert, Mary Battin raises awareness and finds resources for the Valley's premier shelter for youth in crisis. Her background also includes political consulting, media buying, fundraising, and event planning. So we're here with Mary Battin at SafeHouse of the Desert, and your official title is Sustainability Officer?
Yes.
And so tell us what that means.
So my job is to do fundraising and create community partnerships.
Okay.
So just sustaining the shelter however I can, whether that be supporting the staff, supporting the administration, or supporting the kids.
Explain a little bit more about what SafeHouse of the Desert does. What is the purpose here?
SafeHouse is the only shelter in the desert in the Coachella Valley for youth in crisis. We also have a shelter in Riverside. It was our first shelter. It's for kids 11 to 17. These are kids that run away from home. They get thrown out of their homes. They have an issue and they need support and guidance, and they can come to us. It's a 3-week program. They're counseled, their families are counseled, and reunification is always our goal. We want to make sure that kids are going back into their families because that's where they want to be. So we need to make sure that everybody's on the same page in terms of their counseling, making sure if they're addicted to drugs and alcohol that they're getting the support and advice that they need through those trying times. Youth can get on any sun bus in the valley and say they need to get to SafeHouse, and they come.
They bring them here.
They bring them here. So we have great partnerships. McDonald's, all the McDonald's in the Coachella Valley are safe places, and kids can go to a McDonald's and say, I need to get to SafeHouse, and they can come. We make sure that we provide them with everything they need when they get here. They're given toiletries that they need. They're given, just nice baggy clothes, comfy clothes to wear, t-shirts, shorts, socks, whatever they need, and then they hang out with us for the next couple weeks.
What's your capacity? How many teens can you have here?
We have 20 beds. We have 2 wings, like 10 beds for girls, 10 beds for boys, but we can mix it up however we need to. We do have a room that we consider our gender-neutral room in case we have kids that are transitioning or not quite sure if they fit in the boy wing or the girl wing, so we're sensitive to that as well. We're fairly new, and so that's a big part of my job, and the job of some of the staff is going out there into the community and making sure that kids and families and service providers know that
you're here.
Right, know that we're available.
And do you rely totally on donations to keep, or grants to keep your doors open?
A little bit of both, yes. We definitely depend on the grants, federal, state, local grants that we get from people, and our very generous community. We definitely couldn't do what we do without community support. From the big dollars to just having people donate to the art program.
Whatever,
bring in their clothes, bring in art supplies. We have people come and make meals, whatever they can do. We want everybody to feel this is their shelter. This is the place for youth to come when they need support.
Tell us a little bit more about you and how you came to SafeHouse.
My husband was a local official when Kathy Macadera, who is our executive director, approached him. They wanted to build this shelter out here, and Kathy suggested that I come on and help them because they were so new. They hadn't made those community partnerships.
Right.
So that's kind of when I came on. And then I was here, luckily, to start building Harrison House, which is our transitional living apartment for young homeless adults 18 to 22. And this building that we're in now, which is our school, all built out of green technology materials.
That's great.
All sustainable,
Yeah.
and was built at the fraction of the cost that it would have taken to build this with traditional materials. So those were 2 really fun projects. And then in the last year, we've opened up a group home for 6 young ladies who've been victims of human trafficking. So
And now is that close by here?
it's in the Coachella Valley.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that we keep that's a private location.
Right, of course.
And,
and you were telling us something about that. That's a bigger problem than people are aware of, isn't it?
It is.
Which is very sad.
Yes, we have an entire department dedicated to helping victims of human trafficking. We focus on specifically in the group home girls that are under the age of 18, but we help everybody who could be involved in this issue. We formed a task force with the Riverside County Sheriff and the District Attorney's Office, and it's called RCAT, the Riverside County Anti-Human Trafficking Task Force. And together with them, they do the rescuing, we do the restoring, and we also do the educating. So we go out in the community, we let restaurants, hotels, little mini marts, people that might see this in their daily life, we let them know what to look for and how they can support these victims if they think they see something. More than 75% of the kids that come through here, drugs and alcohol is an issue, whether it's with themselves or whether it's with their family member or somebody close to them, friends. And when they come here, this is it's not a lockdown facility. So when they come here, they want to be here. They can leave anytime they want, but they can't come and go. If they choose to be part of the program, then they're going to hang out with us and be part of the program. But they're given a manual. It's kind of like going to camp. When you go to camp, you know what the rules are. You're going to wake up at a certain time. You're going to go to bed at a certain time. You're going to brush your teeth.
Group activities.
And that's one of the things that really helps these kids actually a lot, is that routine. Structure. A lot of them are missing that in their daily life. So just to have that kind of stability of, all those little activities that are timed throughout the day, and their schooling, they continue with their school. We unenroll them from the school that they're in, and we enroll them here. Yeah, and because we don't want them to miss out on a day of their learning. SafeHouse is, I think we are at probably the top of our game right now in terms of the services that we're being able to offer the youth across the board, from very young, 11 years old, all the way up to 25 years old, whether it be through outreach, mental health, our shelters, just the outreach that we do in the community.
Right.
We have our new app that we have. It's called What's Up. So kids at any time can text us, and they will be responded to within 10 minutes. A local licensed counselor from SafeHouse will be on the other end, and they will talk them through whatever
it is,
issue they have. With the app, the reason that we decided to do that was because we saw that trend of kids were turning to their phones more. You know, you hardly see a kid out there today that does not have a phone attached to their hand. So I think for right now, we're good. I think we have everything we need, and it's just a matter of keeping our finger on the pulse of what's going out there in the community.
Well, Mary Battin, I just am so in awe of what you guys do here. It's a wonderful facility, and again, you are one of our inspiring women. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Wouldn't it be great if employees everywhere acted like they owned the company? Real caring, terrific customer service, and the ability to solve problems on the spot. Welcome to Renova Solar, a SunPower Elite dealer and now an employee-owned company.
The only
solar and battery storage company
in the Coachella Valley, where employees
are also owners.
Renova Energy Corporation, local, brighter, better. And now with employee partners.
Think about everything that you save. You save gas, you save money, you save time. But have you ever thought about saving life? That's right, life. In just 1 hour, you could save up to 3 lives, giving 3 people more time with the ones they love. And isn't that the best thing to save? The need for blood is as universal as it is constant. Save life, give blood.
I'm going to get pampered at Venus de Fido. See you soon.
You know I can go too, right?
You're right. Let's go.
Discover the Valley's only salt cave for a completely natural cleansing experience that can also effectively treat all kinds of health conditions, all while your dog will be having as much fun as you.
You're glowing.
I feel amazing. Did you have fun?
The coolest time ever. Venus is genius.
Venus de Fido, the spa.
Thank you for joining us for this edition of Women. We hope you've been inspired to take the next step to follow your own dreams. See you next time.